Welcome everybody, Super Speedway Kings coming at you live. Looks like it's Talladega. I don't know why I put Daytona up, but I did. Going on 1 hour's sleep, so bear with me tonight. My wife decided to, she decided to try to give us a kidney stone. So anyway, 1 hour hanging in there, but I got my buddy Big E up here with me in the broadcast booth. He'll be with me tonight, helping me out, keeping me in line, trying to keep me awake. But these guys should keep me awake anyway because, well, Talladega, 3-4 wide racing all evening long. That's what you're going to see here. You guys grab something to eat, get something to drink, something to munch on, grab yourself a cold one, pop, whatever you want. Get back here and spend the next hour and a half with us here. Let's see if we can't get into some serious green flag racing with these cats, all right? Be right back after this.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran fast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors, that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the fray, you're the home of the brave.
Welcome, everybody. Let's talk Super Speedway Kings Talladega right here. Me, myself, my buddy Big E up here are going to give me a hand. Big E, what are you thinking here, my friend? You know it's going to be four-wide racing. You know without a shadow of a doubt it's going to be four-wide racing. But, you know, the one thing we got to worry about here, it always seems like that transition coming off that track down into pit road, trying to get those speeds down. You worry about getting hit. You worry about hitting somebody. Worried about speed. And most importantly here lately, you're worried about getting tagged just as you get into your pits.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different dynamics. You know, there's teammates, there's tape, it's open sets, there's tire wear, you got your buddies near you, you got your enemies near you, there's 2 wide, 3 wide, single file, early pit, late pit. You know, there's just so many different dynamics, and it's a huge field, 42 trucks out there tonight.
42 of them, and every single one of them has an absolute chance to win this bad boy. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's a couple of them out here that are really, really due. We all know about the luck that poor Mark Mann has had. I don't know what happened last week, but he ended up having to get out early. But he has the worst luck, I think, in the world. So maybe tonight is the night for him. I don't know. Also, the 88 running around. Don't forget about him. That's another one. Gabe Butler. He's normally right there for the win. Lately, he's been in a little bit of a rut. Maybe tonight's the night for him. And, of course, my favorite tonight is I'm going for Mr. Thomas Holder because of him losing a loved one last week. You know, just my heart goes out to him right now, and I'm going to root behind him, and just maybe he can just get a little bit of redemption tonight and take it out on these drivers on the track and come away with a win.
You stole my pick, Bobby. You know, he said that he'd like to shout out to everybody and say thanks for all the support, especially to all the drivers out here today, to you, Bobby, and even to me. You know, that his family was all watching and said thanks a lot for the shout out, you know, and he's just so appreciative to be a part of our community. And I try to tell everybody, he's just such a good guy. He's always been like that. Just a huge favorite person to be around in this community, man. Known him for a long time, man. And it just goes to show every day he's real humble and real thankful, and we're glad to have him around. So you could take Tommy. I'm going to go with Frank the Silent Fart Gramuglia tonight. He's got a brand new paint scheme. He's feeling on fire. He's feeling alive. He's going to go out there and he's going to take home the win.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of great drivers out here. I mean, a lot of great drivers. And let's do what I do best. You want to? Let's watch me go through these dadgum things to see how many I can screw up. Let's face it. I am good at it. Let's face it, I'm good at it. You know, if you're looking at last-minute ideas, Hooked on Phonics would be really great for me for Christmas. Starting things off right here, row number 1 is Steven Karosik. Check this out, baby. Leading these guys down tonight, Zachary Lima, and the 77 is going to be right beside him. Row number 2 is going to be Rick Seabrands. The 13 beside him of Frank Gromilia. Row number 3, the 78 of Gary Slapinski. And the 6 beside him, Sebastian Marin. Row 4, 48, John Gabbard. And the 429 of Mr. Paul Witt. I call him the Rash. Why? It's because he's always up front knocking. He's always right there. You just can't get rid of him. Keep an eye on him. Row number 5 to 17, J.D. Crow, and the 15 of Noel Cowers beside him. Coming in row number 6 to 28, Larry Boyle, the number 3 of Craig White. Row 7 to 0 far, Mark, I think I can tonight. Could be the time. Mark the man. The 16, Jimmy Crow beside him. Row number 8, the 071 of Eric Lowry. The 21 beside him, Tony Wright. Row number 9 is going to be the 46 of David Overstreet. 07 of Brian Wang with him. Row 10, number 1 of Daniel Lewis. Number 53 of Paul Sheldon beside him. Row 11 is going to consist of the 85, Alcina, and the 000, Giovanni. Row 12, the 18, Tom, I'm going to call it, I don't know. We're just going to say Tom P. I can't screw that up. 95 beside him, James Mayer. And row 13, the 81 of Michael Russell, the 66 of John Garrett. Row 14 to 088, Stefan. And the 14 of Dave Bagel. Row 15 to 012, James Hickson. And the 88, Gabe Butler. Keep an eye on this guy. He is due as well. And row 16 to 71 of Don Davis. And the 41, Tracy Weaver. Row 17 to 42, Jason Middleton. And the 20 of Jay Hilliard. Row 18, the 11 of Robert. I hope it's Robert F. Can't screw that up either, Big E. 00 Thomas Holder. Row 19 to 33, Michael Howlett to 68, Jackson Carr. Row 20 to 45, Todd Siebels in the 199 of William Sanders. Row 21 to 57, Brian Pierce to 55, Dean Wilkinson. And that is it. Holy crap, past the Tylenol. Bringing him down, Karosik. No stranger to the front on these super speedways. In the 27 machine down at the bottom, Zachary Lima. Another one. He's going to be on the top. Remember, 2 fast repairs. That's all they're going to get tonight. Got to be in it to win it. So you definitely want to take care of your stuff. Mara, nice to see you out there. Jax, good to see you as well. Mr. Wilkinson, nice to see you in here. Pulling double duty. Don't forget, folks, if you would kindly please hit that like button for these guys. Let them know you appreciate what they're doing. In case you don't know what that is, it says like. You get a blister, write me. Send you a Band-Aid, I promise. All right. Big E, it's time to do this thing. Get this godforsaken ugly pace car out of here and let's go do some racing. Pull those belts up tight. Pull them down real tight because it's about to get nasty. And if you got belts in the sim rig where you're scrubbing your monkey, knock it off. Just pull your gloves up and let's get it on.
Bobby.
Karosik down at the bottom of the rocking chair. That's exactly where you want to be at in this race at all times if possible. You're seeing 2 wide racing, but here pretty soon you're going to end up seeing 3 and 4 wide before it's over with. Why? Number 1, these guys can do it. And number 2, well, they're just not going to sit there and ride around for 77 laps, Big E.
Well, you got the gas man, Frank Gramuglia, Paul Witt, the silent farts back there. He's my pick for tonight. They're pushing pretty hard on the outside there. Let's see if they can actually pass Steven Karosik, but it's going to be tough. You got Gary Slapinski keeping that 3rd track tight. You know, they're giving them one hell of a push there.
And you got to be real careful. You get down there and you start playing with that double yellow line, that transition, that is enough just to throw you around. And when that happens, well, it usually brings the big storm.
I think they put a little extra lube on that yellow line. It's a little slippery.
Bromelia doing some pushing up here on the top, trying to get it done. Is he going to be able to get Lima in front of Karosik? And if he does, I can guarantee you Lima will say, thank you very much, sayonara. And he's going to try to get it down to that bottom lane.
You know, when they first start here, we're only on lap 2, but it's a chess game to... It's like, do I push really hard, heat up my engine really quick? Do I try to get around? You know, you're on the inside line thinking, what's that top lane going to do? Are they going to push really hard? Are they going to take it easy? And then once I heat my engine up, they're going to pass me later. It's like, what do you do? What's going on? And there goes Gary. He's out in front, comes up in the middle.
Frank jumps up onto the 13 into the top row right there. He noticed. He saw Paul Witt coming right there, and he jumped up now. Lima and everybody else, they jumped up and already working it on the 3 wide, trying to get it done on top. Sebastian Marin, another guy that can get around this place pretty well. And boy, he's a guy also you want behind you when it comes to pushing. There's so many guys out here, Big E, that know how to push. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like Marin and Lehman there. Gary Slapinski's gonna have to throw a stick around his neck to get him play with him. They just passed him like he was just sitting still there.
Sneaking
Watch
in
out now on the high side there. You got Frank the Gas Man Gramuglia and the silent fart right there. He's coming up to the front.
And look who they got helping out. Mark Mann in the 04 machine.
Mark the man, Paul the silent fart wit, Frank the gas man Gramuglia. Working the outside.
I'll tell you what, Mark gave the 429 there, Mr. Witt, one heck of a shove and just about shoved him right out of the way.
Yeah, you gotta be real careful shoving the net code for some reason in these trucks have just been punching people, getting them a little loose out in front of you there.
And that's what we all gotta watch and be very, very careful of. That's where iRacing assumes that you're gonna get together and wreck, and they just wreck you.
Looks like Karosik and Lima are content holding the lanes they're in because Lima had a chance to take Mama's rocket chair and decided to stay in the middle. They're all in Team Dale, so it looks like their strategy is just to hold where they're at for now.
I'll tell you what, being in the middle, I don't know, buddy. No cowards. Take a look at this. Now, this right here, now this is tough, Big E. You got him on the left, you got him on the right, you got him behind you, you got him in front of you. I mean, you're going nowhere and you're getting there fast. But, man, you have got to hold your line. And this right here is where sometimes you keep going around and around and you're stuck in the middle. You get this tunnel vision thing going on. And I'll tell you, it's pretty darn hairy right here in the middle.
Well, looking at the points leaders here, we got Gary Slapinski currently sitting in first. Behind him is Brian Wang, 26 points behind for the season. Sebastian Marin, 50 points behind Gary Slapinski. And then you got the silent fart himself, Paul Witt, the 429. He's always there up in the front, racing hard, 76 points behind the leader. Looks like a lot of people might not be helping Gary because he has such a lead today. More than likely, they want him to go to the back to give everybody else a chance to catch up.
Speaking back into the back in the 17th place, Jimmy Crow, your league owner right here, hanging out in the 17th spot. Mark Mann end up going all the way back right here with him. These guys are just kind of going backwards a little bit on that top line. They just can't seem to get it together right now. Some of the notables way back here in the back. Now, what are they doing? Are they playing mouse? Are they hanging out, waiting for the big one to come by? Jay Hilliard and the rest of these cats coming up.
Well, Bobby, even if they wanted to come up there, it's like a parking lot right now. These guys are 3 wide, 8 and 9 trucks deep. Where are you going to go? Nowhere to go. It's race smooth. Keep your equipment clean. Be there at the end when it matters the most. Hook up with your buddies. Get ready to pit.
Now, I'm not sure what's going on, but my pick tonight, he's 4 laps down and he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he might have had family stuff going on. He asked for EOL earlier. Didn't know what was going on, but sounds like he disconnected here. He's probably got something going on.
Well, I'm gonna have to go now. I gotta change again. You know,
It cost you $5 to change, Bobby.
I know it's gonna cost me $5, but you know what? I think it might be worth it. I'm telling you. You know, you can only have so much bad luck for so long a time. I mean, Mark Mann has been at the door. He's been knocking day in and day out every single time we're racing here. I mean, it's just that last lap, 2, 3, 500-yard deal that he gets caught up in. I'm telling you, you can see him on the outside. He's running his tail off. I'm going with Mark Mann tonight for my pick now.
Mark the man. Man's a good pick. If you get a second pick, Bobby, it would only be fair if I got a second pick.
Well,
so I'm going to go with a guy who's been quiet for a long, long time. And he's chilling out in the back. And his number is 88.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm looking at you, Gabe. Gabe Butler. He's my second horse for the pick tonight.
And you picked a good one. This is another guy. He's always up there in front, always in contentions. But here lately, he's kind of, like I said before in the broadcast, he's had just a little bit of a rut going on.
I hear that, man. But you know what? Those are our picks, and we all do that for fun. But anybody can win in here. All these guys are phenomenal. They're all great. Look at them. They're flying around 10 laps in. They're 9 trucks deep, 3 wide, cruising around here. 43 trucks all in all. What a great league to be a part of.
I'll tell you what's really tough. You're running this close for 77 laps. And then all of a sudden, one of these cats out here has to sneeze. I mean, man, a simple sneeze could take out half or 3/4 of the field here. That's how tight they are.
Make sure you sneeze when you're going straight and don't jerk that wheel.
Sebring's on the inside of the number 4 machine.
You got Mayor and Bingo hanging out back here for some reason. Usually they like to push hard and be up there in the front. I suspect I know what they're doing, Bobby. They're waiting for the pit stop, but that's where you separate the men from the boys. Get in there on the pit stops, you hook up, you get your tires, you get out quick, and you get out there and hit everybody in the front.
Well, like I said, it gets a little scary. Some of these guys are actually going to short pit, too, at some point. But it gets scary when you're all going into the pits and you're all bundled up together. You know as well as I do that there's a good 50-50 chance it's not going to end well for somebody.
Yeah, if you get too many and you're just not on the same page, you're not coordinating. That's why a lot of these guys that like to pit 2 or 3 laps earlier with their teammates, because they can communicate. You know, I'll say, hey, I'm going on the inside, Bobby, you take the outside. That way we give each other plenty of room, because my braking line might be a little bit tighter than your braking line, or my pit stall might be before yours. So you can communicate that if you come in with your teammates. You go 2 or 3 laps earlier, it's a little safer, you get away from the pack. You don't have to worry about those other guys out there that think you're going to do something else and they wreck you and then cause you to go lap 2 and take you out of the race. So it's another part of the strategy here at Super Speedway.
I'm beginning to wonder if Lima and Marin, if they decided to do a little handshaking here before this race, because Lima's had every opportunity in the world to drop down in front of Karosik, and he stayed right there with that number 6, letting him push him around in the middle.
That's part of the strategy. They're all part of Team Dale there, and they're just holding the fastest 2 lines that you can make any movement on. The only hope right now is Frank Gamuglia in the 13 being able to push Gary Stapisky around and break up that Team Dale. They're playing strategy. They're just holding their lines. They're pushing hard. They're not checking up or doing anything funky, and it's all up to that top lane to make any movement. Otherwise, we're at a stalemate.
Well, everybody seems to be playing nice right now, and when they're playing nice, you know what that means for me, don't you? Let's do a little something that I really have fun at. You know what time it is, Big E?
Is it crank it up time?
Oh, yeah. Back at it again, still Lima inching his way out into the lead into the middle right now with that number 6. Sebastian Marin doing a lot of pushing. But don't count out that top lane. Slapinski is up there hanging on for everything he's got because he's got the 13. Frank Romilgia pushing his butt off. Mr. Gabe Butler, take a look at him. Now he's currently up to 20th, Big E.
He's moving. We're 15 laps in. I say 3 or 4 laps here, you might see people start to dive in for some pits.
Well, let me see if I can. There, take a look at that. What a sharp-looking paint job right there, will ya? I mean, that is sharp. Larry Boyle, one heck of a color. You almost got to have sunglasses to ride around behind him.
You got Tony right in the middle pushing Noel Coers, trying to work their way up there to the front, but also trying to find a way to dive down. Looks like these guys are lining up for some pits.
It's that time. It's coming pretty close. Lima out front. Marin second. Karosik is in third. Noel Cowers fourth. Rick Seabrand's right there in the number 4 machine. He is going to be in 5th. Tony Wright. John Gabbard. John Garrett Alcina. Tom. Whatever his last name. How do you
Looks like your horse, Mark the Man, has decided to come up to the front, pushing the silent fart there, Paul Whitt.
Gonna come up and play. He's trying to crack the top 10 here. Noel Cowers getting one heck of a shove. You can see they're all getting together, talking to their teammates, getting things lined up. Who's going to come in, when, and where? And is it going to be poetry in motion? Or is it going to be a train wreck?
Well, let me see here, Bobby. 13 gallons that could take, if you stretch it hard, 25, 26 laps there. So anything could happen. I'd definitely be strategizing, come in before everybody else if you can.
You gotta have friends and you gotta have teammates to get you up in contentions at the end of the race to be there for the win. You gotta come into the pits together.
You know, a lot of people out there, I don't know if they know it. You know, I say it every week, but when you come into these pits, you want everybody, you want a truck in front of you that has 50% tape on, you know, and then the truck behind you is little tape as possible. Then you get that third truck to stay right on you, and the three of you just kind of grab a couple stragglers there, and you can really roll and pull out in front of everybody. But that's just part of the strategy when these guys come in. Some might take an extra half second to change the tape around a little bit, depending on who they're pitting with.
It always boils down to fuel and usually tape riding around with everybody. I know up front, if you're leading the show, you're really sucking some fuel down a lot quicker than what you are being the pusher or back further behind him.
Yep, you almost always got to go in a lap or even 2 laps, depending on how much fuel that the server hosts limit it to. So we got 70% today. You're about 1.2 gallons more of fuel you're going to burn.
And here they are. They're breaking off early.
Oh, they're way early, yeah.
And here they all coming in. So far, so good. And there's a lot of them coming this time. Lima's going to lead them down.
Wow, look at that. They did a great job. So many of them came in together, and everybody coordinated pretty good.
That's going to leave Noel Cowers out here leading the show. Him and Tony Wright.
Oh, no. Daniel Lewis missed his pit stall.
That's not good. That'll just ruin your day.
Yeah, here's the next group coming in now.
Diving off quickly. Mark Mann, the rest of them in the 15, Noel Cowers.
Size Brand, Mark the Man's coming in. Knowles Lindelman, followed by Brian Wayne, Stephen Osecki, James Mayer, Frank the Gas Man Gramuglia, David Overstreet. Hey, David, it's been a while since I see you, buddy. Paul Sheldon decided to join him in. You go, Polly. And followed by Robert Felsen at the end. Let's see who can make it out and get connected.
And then you got the rest of these guys right here. They're stretching it for everything they can. "21 of Tony Wright's leading them around. I would suspect these guys will be coming in probably this time. 21 laps out of the 77 in the book. Super Speedway Kings coming at you. Dega, MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies. With my buddy Big E up here in the booth helping me, keeping me awake today. Been a long night for me.
Thought about singing you some lullabies.
Oh, don't do that, buddy. You'll hear me snoring here in a minute. All right, the rest of them are in, so that's a good thing.
Well, out here on the backstretch, I'm taking a look. There's a heck of a train of trucks. Everybody jockeying, everybody pushing, trying to get hooked up, moving their way up to the front.
And here comes the last of the crew. All of them coming in right here. That should be everybody.
Spread out a little bit here, but curious to see who's going to be the leaders out in the front, if anybody.
You got little trains everywhere. You got Lima right here. It's like a 5 or 6 truck train going on. Here comes Paul Witt, stuck in the middle. And he's got some help behind him. They're going to hook up, and they're all going to meet up eventually. Then back here, you got the 199. William Sanders looking to get a little help from the guys behind him. They'll all team back up. Single file's where it's at, isn't it, Big E? Especially when you got to catch somebody.
Absolutely, but also it depends on how many trucks you got. If you got 8, 9, 10 trucks, it's probably better to go 2 wide because you're actually being just a little bit faster. But if you're with your teammates, you're making moves, you want at least 3.
These 4 trucks are out here all by themselves right now, enjoying the company of each other. And not too many of them around.
Yeah, you got about a pack of, 7 trucks behind them. They should catch them. And then behind them, a few seconds, is a massive pack of about 20 trucks, 22 trucks.
You can see all these guys coming right here. And then here comes the big pack. Now, these guys should have no trouble catching up with these guys. They're probably about, I would imagine, within 2 laps, I would say.
Well, you would think that however, they're just out of the reach to sniff that draft. You want to be within 3 or 4 seconds, preferably within 3 seconds, like 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds at the most to sniff that draft. Right now they're at 5 seconds. If they can gain a little bit of that time and push hard and get it within 3, then they'll catch them. But it all depends on what the pushers are doing and who's got the right tape combination and how smooth they drive in the back there.
Right now, Lima's leading the way down on the bottom. He really likes that rocking chair, I can tell you. And man, Sebastian Marin has been looking at his rear end all night long. I mean, he has been right there, and he has not moved. Everywhere his partner goes, he goes with him. And that's probably why they're running 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, these guys are doing a great job up here. A lot of good drivers. Lima's leading the charge, but he's got good help behind him. Sebastian Marin, John Gabbard on the outside, Gary Sapinski, our points leader. Noel Carwars is hanging in there, Brian Wayne. And of course, I wouldn't be remiss but to mention the silent fart, man. He's always there, stinking up the place. You can't get rid of the guy. Oh, we got a caution.
Trouble already, huh? Where's this mess at?
Trouble in paradise.
Let's go see if we can find it, Biggie.
Looks like get on truck 46 and 13.
Whoa. This happened way before. I think it was the number. Looks like the number 3 and the number 13 back here got into it. Is that way before it happened up front?
The 46 came down and got a hold of 13 and caused the caution to come out.
That was go back and watch this again here.
It started the chain reaction.
Oh, that started the mess. Yeah, there we go. Tight racing. Everybody going for the same real estate. Man, oh man, the 13 goes up and he does everything he can to try to hang on to it. No place to go for Mr. Crow. Makes an evasive maneuver. Comes right back down and drills the 13. Hard into the outside wall, too. That's probably going to be a fast repair for sure. Frank Gramiglia, he got tackled many, many times. He was tagged a lot. But that's why we have 2 fast repairs tonight, Big E.
That's right. You know, David, you know, already apologized. Said, "Oh, my bad. I followed a truck in front of me and came down and caused an accident." And these guys are really good about that. They're a bunch of gentlemen out here, and it goes a long way. It kind of helps, you know. You feel that sting of having to lose a quick repair. The guys who are up there in the front were way ahead of everybody. They're in contention. Now you just enabled the entire field to be all bunched up again. So those guys worked hard to get out there in the front, and now all these guys get the lucky break to catch up there. So,
and of
good
course,
on David for apologizing. That was awesome.
Anybody that is a lap down, or could have been close to going a lap down, that's all wiped clean.
Who's gonna get the lucky dog? Let's see. Nobody.
No one's gonna be a lap down here. Steven Karosik in the 27. He's led 5 laps. He's back out here again, leading again. 27 out of 77 in the books.
You know, that team Dell, they're doing a great job up there. You know, you got John Garrett, Jackson Carr, Sebastian Marin, Steven Karosik, you know, Zachary Lima. They've been running up front, doing a great job today.
There's your top 5. Karosik, Marin, Lima, Slapinski, and Witt. Don't forget, y'all, hit that like button for these guys. Let them know you appreciate it. I know I certainly appreciate it when you hit it. Makes us look good, doesn't it, Big E?
Oh, yeah. It supports what you guys do every week.
Karosik, no stranger to the front tonight. Sebastian Marin, he has been in the 2nd position just about all race long. The 77's led 17 laps. And that's with the help of Sebastian Marin, his teammate, doing the shoving.
Well, I know that Team Dell didn't want to hear this, but we only got 3 trucks who took it behind the wall for various reasons. And there is 40 trucks now caught up on the lead lap.
That just goes to show you how much talent that Jimmy Crow puts on, and he has in his leagues.
What's crazy is there's more than this. The room fills up so quick, some of the guys can't get in.
Oh, man, I remember when I used to race with him. I think everybody sat there with their finger on the button and just waited for that lobby to open. And everybody clicked on it as fast as they could.
You know, there's a little trick to help you get in there quicker than everybody else. You refresh the page often.
About every half a second.
Hit that F5 button.
Well, I know one thing. I don't know if they're going to hit any buttons, but they're getting ready to hit that pedal on the right real soon. The godforsaken ugly pace car is going to get out of the way here, and we're going to go back to racing. 28 out of 77 in the book. Super Speedway Kings coming at you. MaxspeedTV. If you're not a subscriber, go over and check us out. I think we're up to about 9,000 subscribers, Big E.
That's a lot of subscribers.
It sure is. Did you know if everybody donated $1 to a certain cause, they'd have $9,000. MaxspeedTV. See, I'm tired and I'm still thinking. What do you think of that, huh? I think I blew him out of the water. He's probably saying, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" Karosik.
Hey, get you some of them stacker things. Wake you up.
Yeah. Karosik's down the bottom. He's going to lead him to it right here. Sebastian Marin says, it's my time. I've been pushing all evening long. It's time for someone to push me up front here. And the guy that can get it done is going to be Slapinski right there in that 78.
Look at that. Look at Paul Witt's truck, Bobby. He repainted it. It's got a fart scheme on it. It looks like something out of Nickelodeon.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. The silent fart, ladies and gentlemen. That's awesome right there.
He's hanging in there like he's like a little silent fart that won't go away. You can taste him. It's right
Hey, there we go.
Inside lane, 3 back.
The silent fart. There it is. I'm surprised that it's not got your name and my name in those clouds of smoke there behind him.
You know, you got Marin being pushed by Gary. Gary's our points leader, but all 3 of those trucks out there in the front are from Team Dale. And knowing Marin, he's not going to go down and take that lead. He's probably going to hold Gary. Gary's going to have to basically clear both trucks if he can, if he has any chance of getting out there in the front.
Well, I would be a bit surprised if you don't see Slapinski out here going 3 wide eventually, especially if he looks in his rearview mirror and he sees a few trucks coming his way.
Absolutely. Knowing what Team Dell was doing, you know, the expression goes, race how you want to be raced. I could see Gary dumping them and going around, you know, because they just simply don't take mama's rocking chairs when they have the opportunity because they're trying to hold the front. I mean, which is a good strategy, but with certain strategies come certain other strategies to counteract that, right? And it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Again, out there, Mara Clark, probably the absolute biggest fan. And you know what? And we've got to get her a mic, and we got to get her out here in the broadcast with us because she's here every single race, cheering on the 04 of Mark Mann. But we've never had a chance to even talk to her or interview her.
She's got to get her pom-poms to get on the microphone.
We're going to have to get her set up for next week. That's all there is to it. Mara, we're going to set you up. Karosik down on the bottom, being shoved by the 77 to Zachary Lima. He's led 17 laps. Zachary's a happy camper right now, just sitting right there. But I can assure you, at some point in time, he wants to get back out and he wants to lead.
Well, you got Jackson Carr back here from Team Dale. He's just hanging out in the back in the Mountain Dew truck. Curious, he might be trying to get up there to race with his buddies, but that's a lot of trucks in between him and them.
And going all the way back, 39th position, Gabe Butler. Now, you know as well as I do, him and Greg White hanging out back here in the back. I'm assuming that might be their strategy.
Start calling Gabe the possum. He's always playing possum back there. Got the old farts back here, Craig and White, hanging with the old Gabe, just chilling, watching all those guys in front of them, making sure they're all being nice and not being naughty and causing any big wrecks.
Giovanni, absolute nothing fancy at all about that truck, but you can see that puppy a mile away. I can guarantee you, if Stevie Wonder was watching high racing, he could see that 333 machine, or 000.
Calling the silver bullet.
Him and the 28 of Larry Boyle, another one.
I love Larry's truck. That chrome red color is just beautiful.
Especially at nighttime under the lights.
That's the way Larry likes it, under the lights.
Karosik. Down on that bottom. Trying to keep it. The 78. Slapinski doing everything he can. And you're absolutely correct. If he wants to get up to the front, he has got to get around that number 6. Nobody wanting to play 3 wide yet. They're thinking about it.
They're thinking about it back here in the middle. You've got Daniel Lewis making a run on the outside. Behind him, the guys trying to catch up, Frank Germuglia and David Overstreet.
Frankie working his way back up after being involved in an incident. Trying to get a little help. Him and the 46 both. David Overstreet.
It's so tough in that high lane. It's that wall being there. It's makes it a little more challenging to peek that truck out and pull it down a little bit, and you got to push so hard to make up ground because that high line, so it's a lot longer than the low line and even the middle lane.
44 laps to go, only 1 caution, 11 lead changes so far, Big E.
Oh yeah, these guys definitely exchange the lead quite often. Imagine being in a high lane is like if you're a runner around a racetrack and you take the longest line around the racetrack and everybody's so much faster than you on the inside. It's the same thing in these trucks. These guys on the outside really got to push a lot harder. They got to worry about the temperatures a lot more. They got to contend with the wall. They got to be extra more smooth. You got to be careful when you dip down and pinch people tight going through the trial over there because you got to come right back up to the top again. It's that high lane's a lot harder than people might think it is, but definitely in the middle. You got to look at your left and your right, everything in front of you and behind you, all the while going 190 miles an hour.
Way too much looking for me, I'll tell you that. But boy, I'm gonna tell you, Daniel Lewis had one heck of a train coming behind him, and he was coming up on Sebrand's in the number 4 machine, and he was coming up quick, and they had to back out of it real fast, or they got ready to shove him right off the track. Now you can see that outside line starting to do something.
Yeah, Rick Seisbrand is the right guy to push with a little help from behind, closely behind from the number 1 car, and he's trying to get Brian Wang out there to the front. Team Dell's talking; they're going to work on it to see if they can keep him at bay.
Brian Wang, the guy doesn't get enough credit, I'll tell you that, because he is always up front. It always seems like halfway or towards the end of the race, you always see 07 right there doing the battling right with these guys. He's like a snake in the grass. You don't know where he's at until he's got you.
I like these camera angles when I'm looking at spectator mode. Daniel Lewis doing a great job in the high lane, staying nice and close to Rick Seisbrand so he can keep up and give Brian Wang the best chance to pass those guys. But unfortunately, the other 2 lines, the third truck, are doing their job too. John Gabbard, he's staying nice and close to Gary Slopinski, and the silent fart, he's always there like a stinker, staying nice and close to Lima. So these guys are kind of have stay mode here. It all depends on that pusher. Who's going to keep it cool enough to push at the right time to get the pass in. And right now, nobody's going anywhere. It's just like a parking lot.
And that is frustrating as all get out too. That's what it looks like riding around with Mr. Tom Bichard, I think. I don't know what it is. Hell, I can say his last name 10 different ways. It's a gift. But anyway, it's the 18 sitting in the middle like you were talking about. You got to look at all your sides, front and the back. Now, if anything happens up front to these guys, I mean, he really can't see it until the seas part ways.
Yeah, there's little tricks you can do. You look through the windshield of the truck in front of you. I kind of peek my left side down a little bit in the turn so I can look at everybody ahead of me. There's a couple of tricks you can do. You can adjust your camera angles and your ride height, give you a little bit more view. For these super speedway races, they're not so critical for hitting the right line to be fast in mile-and-a-half tracks or short tracks. Here, it's all about seeing who's in front of you and having situational awareness is more important.
I'm going to tell you, Sebastian Marin absolutely loves that middle line. Because he's had some opportunities to drop down, and he ain't going to do it. And I'm kind of wondering if he's not doing it because he's keeping that 78 in bay.
Yeah, he's not doing it because he's part of Team Dale. It's a strategy. They clog up the first 2 rows there, and he's not going to drop down. So the only way he can get around is Rick Seisbrand's and Brian Wang have to pass on that outside. But Gary, he's the points leader. His job is to keep, even though he's not teammates with Team Dell, he needs to keep him out there because it protects his position, or otherwise he goes back further. It's all part of the strategy. It's like a high-speed chess match, 3x3, 190 miles an hour.
Except when you play this chess game, you don't have time to think about it.
That's right. You got to be smooth. You got to give the guys around you a little extra room. because you know we're all not perfect. We're human. Every now and we wiggle a little bit, and if you wiggle at the wrong time, you spin somebody around, and the big one happens, and you collect another 30 trucks, and everybody's upset because we got to re-rack them again.
Topside still not able to get a whole lot happening right now, but they're trying. Brian saying, "Come on, boys, I need some more behind me."
Yep, all 40 trucks are still in this main pack here. Way back in the back, Gabe Butler playing possum, still hanging out with Craig White from the Old Farts.
Way back in the back, dead last setting here. It's like a light switch. When they hit that certain number, away they go.
Dirty Don Davis in a Nesquik truck hanging out back here, followed closely by Larry Boa. Todd Seabells chilling in the middle. I like to do that every now and then. You know, a little trick that I do is nobody's behind me. I'm sitting in the middle behind the last truck in the field, so if there's a wreck, I have some maneuvering I can do. I can brake hard, nobody's gonna hit me from behind. I got 2 lanes to play with, and you can see a little better from the high line.
Now, I am a little shocked right now because JD Crow, I've not mentioned him at all, and we've been 41 laps into this race already. Now, JD Crow by now would have been up on that top line, and he'd been up probably peeking his little head out at the front of that pack probably 3 or 4 times by now. So he maybe have a little bit of different strategy tonight in this race, but normally he'd be hugging that wall.
Well, he's got to have some teammates, and you know, Tracy Weaver, Eric Laurie, Gabe Butler, Jimmy Crow, they're all part of the boot knockers. It's hard to get with your partner sometimes. You got to weave your way through the maze of trucks.
Jimmy Crow hanging out in the 26th position right there.
We got semi-newcomer here hanging out in the back, James Hickson, doing a pretty good job holding it smooth there, cruising around the track.
There's so much you can learn from these drivers. I mean, every single one of these drivers has won a championship. They've won league races. They've run season championships. I mean, man, it's just unbelievable the amount of talent that is out here. Wang, look at that. He's in the rocket chair. I don't know how he got from the top to the bottom that fast, but by golly, he did.
It looks like Rick Sizebrand and Daniel Lewis did a great job getting Wang out there into the front. And now it's Daniel Lewis's turn to push Rick Sizebrand and break up that Team Dale's advantage they've been having. They've been clogging up all the lanes there, so it's good to see some lead changes here.
It's the battle of the pushers right now. On the bottom, the 27, Karosik. He's doing some pushing, and he can definitely push. Slapinski, another one in the middle. This guy can push as well. Take a look up on that top side. Not giving up one single bit, Mr. Lewis.
You know, for all those guys viewing out there in TV land, those guys on the top lane, that wall actually scrubs your speed. You can't get too close to it, but sometimes you can't help it because those trucks on the middle lane are kind of pinching you up there. And those poor guys got to work even extra hard. You know, Daniel Lewis is giving it hell right now, trying to keep his engine cool, all the while trying to keep up to get Rick Sizebrand out there to the front. Stay off that wall, you know, stay close to that white line, and you at least give it a good go. But right now they got no help. The guys decided to come back, and the middle line comes down too. Takes the rocket chair.
What a move by Karosik. He moves all the way up, gets in front of the 6 of Sebastian Marin, lets Sebastian push him all the way back up in front of Wang, and he drops right back down in front of Wang.
And we got some pits, and we got the silent fart coming in with Gary Slapinski.
We only got 3 of them right here.
Followed by Frank Muglia. If there's only 3 of them, they're going to have to come out together and stick tight.
Real tight.
They take the chance of losing precious seconds and eventually may even lose the pack. They've got to have good pit stops, and they got to come out together. You need at least 3.
As you know, it's sunny skies right now, Big E. But I got a strong suspicion that it's going to start to get real cloudy here in a little bit. And they're going to start hearing the roar of thunder besides those engines.
Storms brewing. You know, sometimes those guys, if they pit early, you got some more guys coming in the pit one lap right after them, so they should come out and hook up together. Seems 5 trucks this time. Got David Overstreet, Mark the Man, James Mayer, and Rick Sizebrand all coming in together. Good pit stop so far.
Karosik leading the way around. 18 laps so far. Brian Wang in tow.
Brian Wang. You know, he's a pretty funny guy. He doesn't have a mic for whatever reason. But a hell of a race car driver, that's for sure.
Who's going to come in this time? Are they going to hang it out? Are they going to come in?
Looks like we got a few coming in. Got Noel Coers, Al, Who Let the Dogs Out, Cena, Tony Wright, John Garrett, and Michael Howard. All came in with good pit stop so far.
Karosik trying to get everything he can get out of that bad boy. I would probably imagine this time by you're going to see these top ones come in.
As suspected, Frank Cremuglia, Mark the Man, Rick Sizebrand, you know, Paul Witt, all those guys are all reconnected here, all together, and looks like they're moving pretty good.
And here comes your leaders. Poetry in motion so far. Look at that. Not even a wheel. No braking, no smoke, no nothing. Nice and calm. Russell in the 81 is going to be leading them around now. And let's see. Top 12 trucks are yet to do to come in.
I heard them call out pitting this time, so they should be coming in.
And here they all come. I'm really impressed, Big E, on how these guys have really calmed down when they're coming into these pits like they are.
Look at that 3 wide pitting. Going from 190 down to 55.
Like I said, it's either going to be poetry in motion or it's just going to be ugly. So far, everybody's doing a good job.
Oh, no. Oseki went over his pit and had to come back. He's going to have a tough time coming out with everybody.
Giovanni and Hickson. These two cats have not been in the pits yet. They will be coming in shortly.
You got Steven Oseki coming out with Paul Sheldon, but they've got to get a move on if they're going to catch those guys. Maybe they can get connected with Double D in the next quick truck, but they're falling back quickly.
And they're falling back real quick.
Dean Wilkerson came out with Todd Seiballs and Dave Bingle, and they're going to get connected here. They should be able to catch that big, massive pack right in front of them. Larry Bull trying to catch the truck in front of him. Jay Hillard, it looks like he's going to lose him and go back and hook up probably with Double D and the other stragglers in the back. These guys are going to end up going a lap down, unfortunately.
Which, nothing to really worry about. You know as well as I do, you can get a lap back in the super speedway really quick.
Yep, anything can happen.
Mara said she's down with that as far as getting in the booth with us. We got to get her hooked up. We got to get her hooked up. Mark Mann, speaking of hooking up, just jumped to the outside again. There he is, playing nicely with these guys too. Really trying to work off these guys. He has had a I don't know. He's had a monkey on his back. Whoa! We got a little slider going on. Let's see. Is it going to bring out the caution?
No caution.
He went way back. But he's good.
If you go back here and look at the number 20, Jay Hillard, I feel the pain he's going through right now in that Slim Jim truck. You know, he's just close enough to sniff the draft, but just far enough away where he's slowly losing speed. He's slowly going to lose everybody and go back.
It's kind of like the guy that hasn't eaten in a week and he can see a steak and he just can't seem to grab it.
Yeah, it's so tough, man. Like if you make any slight mistake and your speed isn't up to snuff with everybody, you just slowly, it's like death by 1,000 cuts. You just trickle back little by little.
But they're all bunched up again and gonna get ugly right here. I tell you that. They will be going 3 wide eventually here, Big E. They are not gonna settle for this.
Oh yeah, they got to make one more pit stop though. And just like that, after all that pitting at different times, different crews, they're all together again. However, the herd got a little shorter. Looks like Larry Bull, Don Davis, Paul Sheldon, Giovanni Felsian, Stephen Osecki, James Hickson, Craig White, and William Sanders lost the main pack.
Yep, and that is going to hurt them if it stays green.
Got the first truck at a lap down, Michael Russell. Not sure how he ended up there.
Your silent fart drops up on a high side right here, trying to get something happening. And he's got the 18 with him, but he dived back in. So now he's all by himself on the dance floor with nobody to dance with him.
Has anybody got a gas mask to help push the silent fart right now? Anybody? Spray some potpourri, Paul. Spray some potpourri.
And a lot of it. Well, here it comes. Ferenki into 13. The silent fart.
These guys are doing a great job right now. I mean, it's pretty impressive, all the different pit strategies and all the different, teammates working with each other or working with strangers, and then all these trucks managed to be back together again. It's pretty impressive. These guys are truly fun to watch. They're doing a great job out there today.
Mark Mann. Mara, I don't know out there if you've got a rabbit's foot, dog's leg, horse's leg, cow's, whatever you got. If you're rubbing her, you better keep doing it because it seems to be working, because Mr. Man's working his way up. Finally, gonna get an opportunity up here to get to the front. John Black, how are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you tonight. Everybody, nice and tight. Kurosik right there. Riding around with Kurosik behind Mark Mann. Starting to get a little bit of that sun glare in the old windshield. That doesn't help anything, does it, Big E?
Yeah, it's the weather definitely plays a part now. iRacing put it in. You can actually make the weather change faster. You can put rain in and fog, and it actually, the time elapses and everything. It's pretty cool to how far iRacing has come to bring us such a wonderful simulator.
And you better say simulator, because if you say that G word, man, you'll have a bounty on your head.
Life is a game, Bobby. Get the high score.
Yes, it is a game. And I know about 39 trucks that would love to win this one tonight. Marin still hanging out on the bottom, being shoved by Slapinski right here in the 78 machine. Rather, the 15. Noel Cowers up here doing some shoving for Mr. Man in the 04.
Mark the man. It's that third truck. He's got to stay close behind him. Tom Pritchard. He's got to stay right on Noel Cowers' butt there without ever touching him. Don't push the pusher, is the expression.
No, you do not want to do that. If you push the pusher, you're going to have a bad day, and you're going to make everybody else follow suit.
Brian Wayne got shuffled back here to 8th place. Stuck on that inside lane. Behind him is pushing partner Rick Sizebrand.
And here comes Gabe Butler. He's up to the 23rd spot right now. Him and Mr. J.D. Crow. They're working on it.
Well, what happens when you mix gas with gas? Do you go faster? Because Frank Camuglia has caught up with his teammate Paul Witt.
This is true. Just whatever you do, don't be around anybody that's got a match.
Things will be heating up.
They are definitely going to be heating up. With or without the match, they're going to be heating up here shortly. It just seems like certain trucks, like you said, certain trucks with the tape, you get this team thing working, or you just get two trucks that are not even teammates, depending on what percentage of tape they have on their front ends. You can figure out and hook up with somebody, and it's like, hey, we're cruising pretty good here. I think I'm going to stay with this cat.
You know, if you're gaining time on the lead pack, it's all good, baby. Just stick them trucks, keep them where they're at.
Now, I will tell you right now, everybody, William Sander, coming in a little short pitting already. Here we go. Can they come through one last time, nice and clean?
You know, that's a good strategy, Bobby. You know, you pit as early as you can. You take less fuel. You get in and out of the pits faster. Get connected really quick. Maybe they could come out 4 seconds ahead of everybody else, and they can't sniff their draft, and they maintain that lead.
Well, what's Mr. Man gonna do? Are these guys gonna follow suit next time by? Are they gonna come into the pits? Or are they gonna hang out just a little bit longer?
Well, that's when you guys up in front, you're talking to your teammates. Are we running a faster lap time than those guys just pitted? Or are they keeping up with us?
And they said, no, we're coming in.
We're coming in. We're not gonna let them break away. And there's a lot.
And again, a great pit stop coming in. These guys really slowed it down. No issues nowhere. Right along with Mr. Man into his pits. See what it's like when you got to come in. You got to get some tires or get some fuel only, however he decides to take it here.
Last pit stop. You got that pack that was lapped down staying out there, gonna stretch out their fuel, hope for a caution, hope they can catch up, stay on the lead lap.
There are so many different strategies that everybody is trying to do. 17 laps to go this time by. Super Speedway Kings coming right at you. Talladega, MaxspeedTV, Bobby with all the hobbies, with my buddy Big E up in the booth, doing two jobs, doing the admin work and helping you stay awake tonight. I'd imagine they're probably going to be getting ready to come in here at some point. Or are they going to gamble and pray for a caution or two?
Well, if I were the guys that were a few laps, you know, they're holding the front now, as I have to stay out as long as I absolutely can, because you're out of the race at this point. Your only chance is a caution. So stay out, run the tank dry, and if you have to, come in and pit.
And woo! Sebastian Merrim went all the way up to the wall right there. And I do not know how he was able to keep that under control, but it looked like he shot right to the wall.
Got Larry Boyle, our race leader right now, being pushed by his teammate Double D. We call him Dirty Don.
John out here on YouTube asked how I'm doing. I'm doing well, buddy. I got one eye open.
Well, when these guys who are a little bit behind decide to pit, Steven Karosik is in mama's chair right now with Gary Slopinski, our points leader, being pushed by your horse, Mark the Man. And that ends the lead pack right now.
I'll tell you, I have been extremely impressed tonight with that number 6. Sebastian Marin has been up here. He's been pushing the whole entire race just about, except for 13 laps.
You know, the Team Dell guys are finally all hooked up on the inside lane there. So now you got 2 lanes that could challenge them. Up, and then he decides to come up. He's going to hold it. Marin's going to hold the middle. Their strategy's been paying off all night. Why not keep it going?
Trying to get something done on the top side. Working really hard to get something done. Wang, he's got the number 4. And hell, I don't know, we've called him every name in the book. You call him size brands, I call him C brands. And we got trouble right now. Wow. A couple guys are gone.
Sebastian Marin probably should get the dude wipes. He went to the moon.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now. Wow. Let's take a look and figure this one out because we got the time to do it. And man, it's a good one.
Looks like the 78 Booger hooked the 6 and sent him down and took out even the guy in the mama's rocking chair.
There it is. Now watch the 27 Karosik. He's gone. Completely gone. Mark Mann is in it as well. Wow. The number 6 Marin comes down real hard. I'm pretty sure he's going to crap himself and forgot who he was for at least 10 minutes. Man, that was nasty right there, Big E. Well, let's do a little ride along. Who we want to ride along? Let's take a peek right here. Here's all the pushing that we're doing. As you can see, if you got to be square when you're pushing. Plain and simple. You're not lined up just perfect. Well, it's going to end badly. Just as you can see right here. Just a touch. Now watch this. My cats even can't believe it. He's so upset. Gone. Fly me to the moon. He is still... What do you think? Hang time? He's got to at least get a 10 out of that. What do you think?
That's a 9 at least.
I'm going to tell you right now, buddy. Steven Karosik, between him, it's going to be a tie. Between him and the Sebastian Marin, that number 6. That's going to be your Dude Wipes Award winner, I think, tonight. Both these guys are going to share it for sure. And why do we call it the Dude Wipes Award? Well, it's pretty simple. We give it to the guy that's basically had the worst looking wreck of the night. And why do we do it? Well, because he's probably got as many skid marks in his shorts as the track does. You hear me?
He goes like 20 feet in the air, maybe 30.
Tony Wright, he's going to be the leader.
Well, I know a group of guys that are happy that caution came out.
Absolutely, and a whole bunch of them. All the way from Jimmy Crow here, all the way down. Bingo, Russell. Mr. Karosik, he's in, getting some work done right now. I mean, he got hit hard. Tony Wright. Been quiet. Haven't heard a whole lot about him tonight. But here he is. Your silent fart, Paul Witt. Once they get these guys lined up properly, he will be the number 2. 12 laps to go. Time's running out. You got to do the pushing. I mean, it's that simple. You hook a guy, you're not square, things happen.
So we had about 15 to 20 trucks that had a breakaway to the end there. Now there's 28 trucks. Okay, those guys were about 30 seconds behind the main pack there. Now they can catch up and race at the end here.
Tony, Bobby, Big E in the booth. You got a copy. How about you, Tony? Bobby and Big E in the booth. You with me? How about you, Tony? Bobby and Big E in the booth. You got a copy?
Got you, Bobby.
Hey, I tell you what, buddy. 12 laps to go. Well, about 11 when we fire this thing back up here. What do you think? You feeling pretty froggy up here?
Yeah, I need some help though. I don't know. You know, you got your allies, you got teammates are on back, but I'm just lucky to be here right now after that wild wreck.
Wild nothing. I think Karosik and Marin, they went to heaven. That's how high up they went. But you're sitting here. You're looking pretty darn good. I'm going to let you go. Get back into the action. Good luck to you, my friend. We're watching you.
Thank you, man.
All right. Silent fart. Paul Witt. He's up on the top side. Out on the bottom, we just talked to Tony Wright. Said he's lucky to be in the front right now. Well, luck is about a 50-50 thing here at these super speedways. You got to have a little bit of luck. Now, we do got to keep an eye on that 68 machine. Jackson Carr, he's been blinking in and out about 5 or 6 times now. That could be a problem if it continues. 11 to go, this time by. Your top 5. Wright, Witt, Wilkinson, Cowers, Siebels. Karosik back out on the track. Unfortunately, he's going to be 2 laps down. Him and Sebastian Marin both. And they were out in front all night long. What do you think, Big E? We got ourselves a spoiler. JD Crow. There he is. I told you, eventually you're going to start seeing these guys. They're working their way up. And the other guys, they got a lot of work to do to get caught up with these to this front. Mark Mann way back here in the back. Oh, 11 laps to go. Max Speed TV coming right at you. Super Speedway Kings. And still, we got the problem. The 68 Jackson Carr blinking considerably. Now, you want to know what it's like following somebody who's blinking? Let's see if he starts blinking here. He may not. Nope, there he goes. You got to follow that. Now, how? JD Crow says, you know what? I've had enough of that crap. I can't handle it. I'm going 3 wide right now. And that's where he's most comfortable at, too, is up here against a wall. And now he's got the help of the 78 Slapinski. Larry Boyle, he's working his way up top as well. Could be 3 or 4 trucks up there. Got to try to give it a run. But, man, you got to be real careful when you got a guy blinking as much as he is. And he is blinking heavily right now. The silent fart down at the bottom in the rocking chair, trying to hang on to it with 9 laps to go. The 15 in the middle, Noel Cowers looking for some help, trying to get some pushing from Jackson Carr. JD Crow up on the outside, being shoved by the 78 Slapinski, trying to get something going. Just as many trucks up on that high side as they are in the middle now.
I'm sorry, I was muted there. Bobby? I don't even know how long I was muted for.
Oh, for a few minutes.
All right.
Did
I
you?
don't know how I did it. I must have hit a button.
Well, it's starting to get nasty. What I was telling everybody out here, the 68 Jackson car is really blinking bad. And watching these guys, JD Crow was behind him for a while and he was blinking pretty good. And he says, I can't handle it. I'm out of here. He went to the high side and luckily he's got a whole row of trucks behind him giving him some help. Hopefully that straightens out.
John Garrett, he wants to stay close like he's supposed to, but Jackson car is blinking and you don't want to be too close because when they come back, they kind of fall back a little bit and might end up in your car. Oh, man.
Almost. Right along with John Garrett and see if the Jackson car continues blinking or not. Looks like it might have settled down a little bit.
Let's take a look at his ping and his numbers. Looks like his quality's 100%, 108 ping, so he's okay now. Hopefully it holds steady.
There's another blink. There's another blink by him. And I'll tell you, that's even tough on the driver, too, because you come back into the show, you don't know where you're at. You can be a little left of that line or a little right of that line, and you'll come back and, well, you won't be invited to very many guys' night out. I can promise you that. Paul Witt doing every single thing he can. I'm going to assume.
I had to do that, Bobby. He requested it because
Yep.
he was stuck there. He couldn't go anywhere. He just said, go ahead and remove me.
Yep, now that's a stand-up guy right there. In case you don't know, folks, he was removed from the race because of the blinking, the connection problems. And he knew he was. He couldn't get out of the way. He was stuck in the middle. So he told the admin, just go ahead and get me out of here. So I don't want to cause any problems with these guys with only 7 laps to go. That's a stand-up move. All these guys are stand-up, and that's what you expect from them all, and that's what you get. But right now, buddy, we have got a storm brewing. It's thundering so bad, it's just rocking my chair right now, Big E.
Well, you got John Garrett pushing Noel really good right now. It's probably within the next lap and a half, he's going to take Mama's arms there. It's going to push my horse back even further in the field, and he's got nowhere to go. Yeah, Jackson, if you can hear me or watch the broadcast, thank you for what you did, buddy, for requesting to be removed. I didn't want to do that to you, and I respect what you did there. I really appreciate it.
Giovanni moved up into the 6th place in the 000 threat machine. Right up here battling with these guys. The cream slowly rising to the top. Dean Wilkinson down here on the bottom. 3rd truck.
Woo, hang on to it. Oh, man. I swear he was sideways back there. I don't know how he held on to that thing.
4 laps to go this time by. Tony Wright trying his best to get up. Stay right where he's at in that rocket chair. The 15, Noel Cowers. He's being shoved very well. And I'm not sure who that is doing the pushing.
Oh, I don't know what
Jimmy,
Noel's doing.
John
He was
Garrett.
clear.
John Garrett, there he is, doing some serious
Yeah.
shoving, it looks like.
Well,
Pushing.
Well, John's going to overheat now. Noel didn't take it when he had opportunity. He was clear for about a second there. And now John's going to overheat. It's going to give J.D. Crow and Gary Slapinski a chance on the outside. And Paul Witt. And don't know what his heat's looking at, but I know he's been pushing Tony quite a bit now. They might be at a stalemate. All the pushers are working temps.
Now, the question of it is, you've been in this seat before, Big E. I watched you do it. Whoa, trouble right
there's a
here.
wreck.
Right up front, the 000 sideways. And now we got the big storm. Everybody's going to be involved back here. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, you want to be in what we call Yo mama's arms.
That is a big wreck. That's a big one. Gabe Butler disconnected. No.
Let's see what happened. If we can get any kind of a read on anything here. Get a good view. Somewhere right in here, I do think. Giovanni comes down and, yep. When he did, he caught into the 55, and that sent him all the way right back up. And J.D. Crow almost got away with it. And you can see the 66 just barely got tagged as well. Then you see Paul Witt going, whew, that extra gas I blew out the back of my rear end.
He lit a match at the right time.
Yes,
caused an explosion, got a little boost.
You want to talk about luck, man. I'm telling you. That is, that's
I was watching
right
that with Ocho Pinti there, Giovanni, and it looks like he overcorrected his wheel a little bit, and his truck got loose, and it sent him down into that lower lane. So anybody watching out there, this is what happened. These guys are running 40 laps, green flag racing here with no cautions, and you don't change those right side tires, they get worn down just enough. You think you have a certain amount of traction, you overcorrect, you turn that wheel a little bit too hard in a turn, and it gets you loose like that. He tried to correct it, go high, then he overcorrected again, going low, back left again, and it got him loose, and it sent him down there, caused a big accident. I mean, that's what happens. That's another dynamic you have to contend with here when you do open sets at super speedways.
No cars, Bobby and Big E in the booth. You got a copy.
Gotcha.
Hey, buddy. It's about ready to time to get jiggy with it. What do you think? You got enough for keep these guys behind you for a few more laps here?
I hope so. I need a couple friends, bud. I don't know. I think maybe Paul will help me here. I kind of liked where I was at there in the middle before the caution come out. So we'll see how it lays out.
Well, I know you got some friends, but they're all back behind you right now. So you're going to have to play nicely. You got a fast hot rod underneath you. These guys know you do. So maybe they'll push you right on to the victory here. But me and Big E's watching you. Best of luck to you.
Hey, Bobby, appreciate it. Appreciate everything you guys do, man.
Yeah, good luck. No, we're doing good out there today, bud. You've been up there most of the time.
Appreciate you, Essel.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Hey.
Well, strategy, Bobby, what do you think?
You know what? Number one, I'm too tired to think. But number two, the only strategy I can think of is unhook the plow, hit the accelerator to the floor, help Fred Flintstone it around, and drive out my rearview mirror as much as I do the windshield.
Well, I'm looking at the top 8 here. You got Daniel Lewis on the outside, David Overstreet on the outside. They're 2 trucks back from the lead. They'll probably jump high pretty quick. It's a 2-lap shootout. You got Paul Witt, my horse, the silent fart. He's going to be pushing no corners as hard as he can. If he can break loose, he'll go up into the front to the middle lane, and hopefully Tony Wright can push him to the end. But 2 laps, you could probably push full board as hard as you can and not blow up your engine most of the time. So that top lane be really tough to make any ground. My call is someone in the middle lane is going to win it, or someone on the low line of Mama's arm.
Well, I'm going to say it only because I've seen it happen too many times. I kind of think the first couple 3 trucks or 4 trucks or whatever, I think they're going to part C's, and it's going to open right up, and you're going to take a peek at Dean Wilkinson, David Overstreet, or Zachary Lima coming in for the win.
That's certainly possible too, Bobby. I mean, that's the crazy part about super speedways, especially those last 2 laps. Everybody is they're pushing, they're racing absolutely as hard as they can.
Like John Black says out here, the rocking chair is not always the safest place to be, and you are absolutely right. It always seems like the last couple laps of the race, the top 3 or 4 cats always get into it, and the C's part wide open, and here comes your 4th and 5th place driver fighting it out for the win. It happened last week. It can happen this week. Top 5 coming at you. Cowers, Wright, Witt, Siebels, Wilkinson. We talked to the 15. He says, man, I sure wish I had some more friends up here. Well, right now, he's got a guy that's really hungry for a win. And that's going to be the old silent fart himself, Paul Witt. He's down there. He's going to be the pusher on that bottom side. Now, sitting up top, you've got the 21 of Tony Wright. He's no stranger. He's only led 3 laps up here, but he knows how to get it done. And right there's Todd Siebels, 45. Another one that can push. This is about to get real interesting.
Yeah, the teammates are kind of scattered in the top 8 here, so it's. Have I been nice to the enemy of Miami recently? Is he going to help me bring home the win today? You got Todd Siebels with TW Motorsports pushing Tony Wright with the old farts. You know, you got the silent fart Paul Witt. He's with the regulators. And then you got Noel Coers up there. Who's he racing with? I don't even know.
There's no teammates to be found up here in the top 3 or 4, are they?
Yeah, so anything can happen. You know, maybe that Highline might work. Who knows? But my guess is the first 2 lanes here, one of those 2 are going to bring home the bacon.
And I can guarantee J.D. Crow in that 17 back there, he is going to be the first cat to hit that 3 wide up against the wall and try to get something happening. And away we go. Are they going to be able to keep it clean? Or are we going to go back and we're going to do it again? Right away up top, the number 3. Greg White. He's trying to get it done. Trying to get some help. Nobody coming to the dance with him yet.
Yeah, Lima came up there, the 3rd lane. Oh, no, he blocked him off. Rick Seisbrand had a hell of a run there.
Coming down to the pushers, can Paul Witt keep that 15 up ahead? Because the last thing they want is to give room for Tony Wright and that 21 machine to drop down. Trouble, J.D. Crow into it with the 77 machine back in the back.
That will bring out the last green-white checker.
Let's take a look. See where it happens.
Looked like the 77 was holding his line there. He's pinching kind of bit, but then the 17 came up just enough to get booger hooked.
Hey, that's a good one. Can I use that booger hooked? I like that.
Booger hooked, yeah.
All right. I'm going to use that. You can see it right here. Comes up just a little bit. Gets it back down where it needs to be. There it is. Now, that, to me, I don't know.
That's what I call a racing incident, Bobby.
I call that a racing incident, but I call it iRacing helping it, too.
Right, because the netcode pulls you in there. I mean, well, to be fair, the 17 was coming up rather rapidly, right? So the netcode thinks that he's going to keep in that line. So even though he doesn't, so it actually gives him a little extra and then pulls him up into him. So it's weird. But that's a racing deal. It's the last 2 laps. You don't expect those guys to be that tight. You know, you're trying to stay behind the guy in front of you. No one did anything intentionally. It's what I call a racing deal. The net code just helps facilitate it.
I'm going to tell you right now, J.D. Crow looked like a pinball in a pinball machine.
Is it called the Booger Hooker pinball game?
Definitely. If I had a quarter for every time he got hit right there, well,
you'd have $5.
I might. It'd be close.
Well, now we got the silent fart going to take the outside lane. Tony Wright comes down, is going to push no cores. And Todd Siebels is going to switch partners and push the silent fart now. Hope you got your gas mask, Todd.
Todd, another one. Been kind of quiet tonight. He started 39th, and here he is in the 4th spot. Dean Wilkinson, 42nd, and he's in the 5th spot.
They said the hell with qualifying. This is super speedway.
Interesting right here. Now, are the top 4 trucks going to get into it? And when they do, again, is it going to open the door up for the 5th or 6th truck? It has happened before. Noel's going to be on the bottom. Paul Witt will be up top. Tony Wright and the 45. Siebels. Those are going to be your pushers. And I'm going to assume if they could, Big E, they would push right through them. Tonight, I want to thank my sponsor, and that's anything that I've been drinking here with caffeine to keep me awake tonight. I'll tell you, it's been a pretty exciting race. So it's not exactly been hard to stay awake. But Big E, I appreciate all the help you do for me, my friend, doing double duty, admin and broadcast. Hell, I could barely broadcast. Imagine trying to do 2 things at once.
Yeah, I had to clear a couple flags there. These guys got pushed into the pits, so it's really not their fault. And then iRacing gives them a black flag, and unfortunately, the way the code is, there's not a human reviewing it, so I have to go back and review it from the tower. You know, Double D and Jay Hillard got pushed into the pits there, got a stop and go penalty, which completely ruins them. So I'll go back and look at it, verify. Yep, they got wrecked into the pits. It wasn't their fault. iRacing should not have flagged them, and then go ahead and clear the flag for them.
Well, right now, the old farts seem to have it going on because they got the top 2 spots.
Got the regulator there, the silent fart.
I can tell you, they may be teammates, but they're not going to give anything any slack because this is down to the winning this race tonight. And you know as well as I do, and I'll be the first one to tell you, love my teammates, but buddy, when it's 1 to go, I'll shove you out of the way. I don't care if it was my mama in front of me. I'd put her in the wall to win.
Oh, dang, Bobby.
You don't get the opportunity that much, Big E. I mean, man,
yeah, that's true.
the talent that's out here is unbelievable. And I'll be darned if I'm gonna, you know, it doesn't pay no place for second place here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want those bragging rights. You want to win this thing. You don't white knuckle ride it all the way around here to sit back and take second place. Not gonna happen, Captain.
Mm-hmm. We got for the season here. You got our leader, points leader, Gary. He's back here in 16th.
Some of these guys that were taken out in that one incident, trying to get something done, trying to get caught back up, and just having a hell of a time. Mark Mann all the way back in 31st. Steven Karosik is in 30th. JD Crow back in the 29th.
Man, you got our second points leader, Brian Wang. He's a lap down in 24th right now.
Yep. I mean, Jimmy Crow is all the way back 4 laps, 36th spot.
Wow.
There's your race summary. Only 4 cautions in this race so far. That's it. 29 lead changes. All boils down to this. What's going to happen? Is the 15 cars going to be able to finish this job off? Is the silent fart, does he have a little extra in the tank? Does he have a little bit of a little nos, if you will? What's he got? Can he do it?
Well, the second and third place guys are a lap down right now. The silent fart's sitting in 4th and could possibly win one today and catch some points on Gary. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
Back at it. 2 to go this time.
What do you do? What do you do? Where do you go? Anything can happen.
Trying to make it 3 wide already up top.
Mayers
now it's going to be 4. The 46 goes up Overstreet. He's going to lead the top. Trying to get it going if he can. Cowers down in the bottom in a rocking chair, staying right there, and he is not moving. He's got the 21 of Tony Wright doing the shoving, baby. 429, Paul Witt in the middle. The 45, Siebel's doing the shoving as well. Trouble.
White flag, here we go. There's guys on the inside, Dean Wilkinson and Robert Felsian staying nice and close to Tony Wright, the pusher, keeping no corals out there in the front. Nobody helping the gas man, and Todd Siebel's in the middle.
Right now, the perfect place to be is in that rocking chair. The 429 of Paul Witt trying to get a little help. He's got one truck hooked to his tail. And there they go. Trouble. And man, I don't know how the 15 managed to miss that. But he did, buddy.
And it's a dash to the finish. No Coors brings home the bacon. Second place, David Overstreet. Third place, Dean Wilkinson.
Let's take a look and check this one out in slow emotion. You can see him getting all crazy right here. I don't know exactly if I can get a little closer look here, baby. I don't know.
Didn't you call? Wasn't Noel your horse today, Bobby?
No, he was not my horse. I just said he was the. I just said he was going to be the spoiler. So I'm half right.
He was definitely the spoiler. he brought it home.
I'm half right on that, aren't I? Take a look at this. Everybody wrecks. Now, how would you like to look in the back of your rear view mirror and see everybody taken out back there?
And you just glide across the finish line all by your lonesome.
And yes, that's exactly what he did, too. There's your race winner, Noel Cowers. We're going to be right back after this. You guys stick around, MaxspeedTV. Bobby with all the freaking hobbies, Super Speedway Kings. We'll talk to the top three cats. See what they have to say about this race. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Super Speedway Kings. Mr. Wilkinson, talk to me.
Oh, again, I think I got lucky.
Well, you know what? Lucky's 50. You need 50% luck at least in these super speedways. So, if you started 42nd and you come out third, that's pretty doggone good, buddy.
Yep.
Anyway, it's all about the points, and that's what we're all looking for. But congratulations, third place with all these cats. I mean, there's a lot of talent out here, buddy. Don't sell yourself short. Definitely not. Third place is pretty darn awesome. But some pretty good racing, by the way, as well, from everybody out here. Good night tonight.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. A lot of good racers out here.
All right. talk to me. Who do you want to thank before I let you get out of here?
TW Motorsports, and you guys for the broadcast, and Jimmy for the hosting of Super Speedway Kings. I love racing here. It's a good bunch of guys. So thank you.
Yeah, definitely a good bunch of guys. You know what? Just 2 more spots is all you got to move up next week, and I'll be interviewing you as the winner, buddy. Get her done.
10-4.
We'll get her
Thank
done. We'll talk to you next week.
Have a good night.
All right. David Overstreet.
Hey, what's up, Bobby?
I have not heard that name in a while. Where have you been, buddy?
Well, since I was the idiot the last time, I was finished second, so I think I kind of redeemed myself this time. So,
You're as a quiet little mouse. You get up towards the end of this race. They say the cream rises to the top, and man, here you come. But second place, like I said, not too shabby around with all these guys for sure. Looked like you had a really good fast truck, and I know you was pushing your ever-living heart out that last lap.
yeah, I think I had a little bit of damage because when I went to the high side with James there, we kind of went to the back there. So, luckily, I was able to catch back up to the pack, and then they wrecked in front of me. So,
Again, super speedways, it's going to happen. 50% chance luck, and the other half is skill, and you got it both tonight. Second place, good job. Next week, see if we can't talk you up to the number 1 spot. Podium is all yours, brother. Podium's yours. Who do you want to thank tonight?
first of all, congrats, Noah, on your win, and you'll thank Mark Mann and Rick Seabrands and James Mayer for their little team right over here. We're doing pretty good, I think, and hope that I was caused that one incident early, and sorry about whoever got caught up in that, but hopefully this second place without no drama takes care of the last time I finished second. So,
well, just one more, and you're number 1.
yep, just one more.
One more. See if we can't talk to you.
Thanks, Jimmy and Etzel for doing race control, and Jimmy putting the league in. You as well.
One of the best leagues around in my book. I'm gonna tell you what, the amount of talent that is in this league, I'd be happy just to finish last. I mean, it's unbelievable the talent that Jimmy Crow has here, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, congratulations.
That was fun.
Oh, it's fun to watch. I'm going on 1 hour of sleep thanks to my wife trying to give birth to a kidney stone. So you guys
need to go take you a nap after this.
So I'll tell you what, I'm kind of looking at everything with one eye open, but it's never a dull moment with these guys. Definitely not. Congratulations, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, thank you. Correct.
All right, Noel, what do you got to say, bud?
Well, first of all, I got to thank Tony Wright, man. He beat the bumper off the damn thing to get me there. Old Fart Sim Racing, you guys, Bobby, Jimmy, Etzel, everything you guys do. Man, I needed one of these, boys. It's been a while, so we've been beating the doors off it the last few weekends, and Craig helps with the set and stuff, and we finally put it together. Damn good race. I had to earn that one.
Well, you were up there just about all race long. I mean, you were pushing, you were doing everything you could do. You stayed up pretty much up in the top running pack this whole entire race. Seemed pretty darn comfortable up there. But when I interviewed you there, when we had, I don't know, a couple, 3, 4 to go or whatever, you said you wished you had some friends. Well, to be honest with you, everybody took everybody out there behind you in your rearview mirror. I know you had to see it happening. And tell me exactly what's the first thing came to your mind when you realized that you probably could have shut the motor off and coasted.
Well, I wanted to know for sure because I radioed to Craig and them guys. Holy shit, are they going to run me down when I seen everybody spinning? I think Tony shoved me so hard he might have got himself loose pushing me so hard. So thanks, Tony, again for that. But, and you know, I ain't won one in a while, so I was a little nervous and I wanted to make sure I had enough to get there before they run me back down. But I seen it was a huge gap. So it was a sigh of relief, Bobby, to be honest.
Oh, I bet it was. I'll tell you what, buddy, the little engine that did. And congratulations. You're kind of out there by yourself winging it on a wing and a prayer. And no really teammates or anything around you hardly. So you got the job done. Congratulations on the #1 spot. Mr. Jimmy Crow, you're up in the booth with me. You got something for your winner?
Yes, sir. Congratulations, Noel. Appreciate you racing. Glad you got the W. Race started out pretty good, got ugly at the end, but overall pretty good race, and glad Noel got the win. He deserves it.
I'll tell you.
Thank you, Jimmy. This is the prettiest race I ever seen. I don't know how you thought it got ugly at the end. Just kidding.
You know,
I know how you are, man, but it's all good, man. That was a killer race, Jimmy. You should be
Good.
proud, brother. And thank you for all you guys do, man. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Jimmy, if it wasn't for at least 3 or 4 cautions, 2 or 3 anyway, your broadcaster probably would have fell off his rig and knocked himself out tonight. Cautions is exciting. I mean, when you get all the way down to the very, very end, I mean, it's anybody's chance. I've seen it where the first 4 or 5 trucks, they part ways, just open it up, part the sea, and then they're battling for the 5th and 6th place to win the race. I mean, it's part of the excitement.
On that, Bobby, I want to say something like track position is really more important than you think, because you think you can, come from the back and just drive your way up. But when the road's blocked, it's blocked. Like, that's what got me there tonight, was getting good pit stops and executing on the pit. Track position's everything, because if they're 3 deep, 4 rows deep, what are you going to do?
Exactly. And you're going nowhere, but you're getting there fast. I mean, the laps are winding down, and you're sitting back there, and it's like, I can't do nothing. I'm screwed. And that's when the patience go out the window, and that's when you start getting real desperate and trying to make something happen. And unfortunately, that's usually when it takes a few people out and the caution rolls around. But you know what? Man, you are the winner tonight. Congratulations one more time, buddy. Get out of that rig. Kick back, get yourself something to drink, a bowl of ice cream, or whatever you want, and enjoy yourself, because tonight, buddy, you're the winner of the Super Speedway Kings. Congratulations, and we'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Jimmy Crow, Killer Race, Bobby in the lobby, Etzel, all you guys that put this on. Good shit, man.
Enjoy yourself,
Thank
buddy.
you.
Well, that's it, guys. We did it. Jimmy, another great race.
Oh yeah, and great job by you, Bobby. Appreciate all you do, and hope your wife's doing okay. Yeah, it was a fun race. I screwed up getting on pit road. I'm more irritated at myself right now. I was running a good race, and I messed up getting on pit road. But hey, that's just how it happens. That's how that cookie crumbles.
Talking about pit road, me and Big E we were kind of floorboarded by this, but every single pit stop that all these guys did, I mean, you go back and watch the broadcast, it was poetry in motion. You didn't see nobody spinning out. You didn't see anybody getting loose. You didn't see anybody tagging anybody in the pits. I mean, every single green flag pit stop, which, by the way, was about all of them almost, was absolutely, it was perfect. So you got yourself some serious talented drivers out here.
Yeah, and that's why I was trying to be aggressive on pit road, trying to keep up with all those great pit stop guys. When I didn't know how, when I sucked at qualifying, I could really do good on pit road because that's where I made up all my ground. But then I started qualifying good and stopped working on pitting. So yeah, that pit road will win it or lose it for you. I accidentally ran a cue set from March instead of the one I was planning on running. But other than that, like I say, the guys did a good job. I know some guys are frustrated, but it is what it is. You can't make everybody happy. And you know me, if they got a problem, they can hit the door or they can stay and have fun.
Well, you know what? There's probably about 40 cats sitting out there trying to hit that button to get into this race. So you got 40 that make it. You got another 40 that are crying that they weren't quick enough with the button. So everybody wants to be in the Jimmy Crow's Super Speedway Kings race. Jimmy, take care. We'll catch you next week.
Oh, yeah. And appreciate all the fans watching in MaxspeedTV and Bobby from the lobby. Y'all have a good rest of your week.
Well, there you have it, guys. We did it. We got through it. One eye open, but I got through it. Thanks a lot, everybody, for coming out and watching. We certainly appreciate it. Max Speed TV, Super Speedway Kings every Tuesday. Never a boring race, I promise you. Everybody be safe. Your race winner, Noel Cowers, tonight. Congratulations to him. Have yourself a good, safe week, and we'll catch you next week. See ya.